Howdy, we're baking today. We got eggs and my sugar. I already measured out the self-rising flour, baking powder, and cornstarch that goes in the base of the cake. So now we gotta do the fun part, which is the eggs. So eggs go in this big mixing bowl. Yeah, I already did 6 of them. And then I'm gonna add in my sugar. Lovely. And then a teaspoon of vanilla blend. This stuff smells good. Sorry, I like the smell of the vanilla extract. It's really nice to me. And then we're gonna put this thing up like this. And I'm gonna start it at half speed just so it doesn't like get everywhere. I forgot to plug it in, so I gotta plug it in. But I'm gonna start it on half speed just so it doesn't go everywhere. Kind of let it mix. And so these I kind of keep going until they get like super fluffy. I don't know how I'm gonna record that now that I think about it, but whatever, I'll figure it out. Now we're gonna put it up to max speed for at least 12 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and start my little timer and go. So last time I learned that it's best to do this part with the wrist attachment because when I used the paddle attachment last time, I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but it was causing the eggs to like get literally everywhere. And in the future, I need to invest in like a little cover because even this will probably still do that once they start to get all like fluffy. So we'll probably end up doing that as well. Buying brand new, or not brand new, sorry. Just buying a little like cover thing. But yeah, so we're gonna let that mix for like the next 12 minutes or so. In the meantime, I guess I would make the other mixture that I have to make, which is like the leches syrup. We've got like 10 minutes for me to do that. Okay, so that's still going. Now I'm gonna measure out a cup of heavy whipping cream. So there is 1 cup of that. Yeah. I'm debating on doing this stuff first and then mixing the heavy whipping cream into it, or just like... No, we're just gonna... Okay. So there's that. And if you have a can opener, you can open these like that. You have like an electric can opener built into this thing. Sorry, I haven't plugged it in. Okay, it's plugged in now. But so you just like do this, and I think it's kind of cool. This one just kind of came with our house. We live in a mobile home, and it's, I don't know how many years old, but, okay, there we go. I don't know how many years old this mobile home is, but we've had it for a while, since like 2016, I think, and it just kind of came with this, so I think that's really cool. Whoever had it before, I don't know if they're the ones who installed it or what, but I think it's cool, and I think it's useful. So I love it. Okay, so these, I always try to keep them to the side. But obviously they don't make a mess. They're also, I'm going to put them in this cup, the one that we use for the cream. But it's also good to like fold them off to the side and then shove them back in the cans so that you don't accidentally like cut yourself or anything on those. But yeah. So I try to get out like every last drop that I can from these because, I mean, I just want to get your money for it. There's that. Also, this stuff is really good on like pancakes or like anything like that. My hands are a mess. So I just kind of like whisk this together. Try to get it like smooth and consistent. You look multitasking. Those eggs are looking like good. Which is good. And oh, the reason that I like to do like the heavy whipping cream and the sweetened condensed milk first is because both of their consistencies are kind of like on the thicker side. So doing them together, I feel like helps them incorporate a lot better before you put in the evaporated milk. Like if you see that, like what they kind of mixed in like really well together. Whereas I feel like with the, like if I had done like the evaporated milk and then the sweetened condensed milk first, I feel like that would not have turned out the same. I don't know. It makes sense to me in my head. I feel like it probably just like, so we don't end up with clumps. That's the big thing that I worry about, is ending up with like the clumps. Okay, and so we're gonna keep going with this. Now that I feel like that's kind of well incorporated, I'm not seeing, earlier I could see like a tiny bit of like the sweetened condensed milk coming in still. So I was like, we don't really want that. But I feel like this is much better. Much better. So just like we added a teaspoon for the eggs of the vanilla extract, we're gonna add it into here too. Again, you could put the vanilla extract in last. I just feel like, I don't know, this is a better way of mixing it in. And since you do want to get it like pretty well mixed in, so this is better. And then I feel like adding the evaporated milk last is what like dilutes the like syrup, I guess, that we're making. It is kind of like a syrup. So yeah. So now it's like this kind of like beigey color. And now that it's like that color, now we're gonna do the last evaporated milk. And honestly, I probably should have just mixed that in like little by little, but oh well. Actually, I don't feel like it made that big of a difference. I feel like this is fine. Now I'm going to try the mixture. Let me blowing on it like a soup. Okay, sorry. Oh no, okay. So, timer just went off, so we're gonna stop this. And stop that. Time to take a look at our batter. It should have like a, what's it called? No, we might have to let it go for a little bit longer. Just because once it's folded up, it should, you should be able to like grab it and like make shapes with it. Which like it's kind of doing that, but I think it needs just like a little bit longer. I think I had a harder time this time because I did change from the, I did change over from the paddle attachment, which would be this paddle attachment, to the whisk. Maybe next time I can do this like little in-between paddle whisk thing, whatever. But that's for next time. Let's toss it back in there for a little bit more. I'd say another like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes should be good. Oh, but this is really good. I don't know if I said that already, but the mixture, this little like this mixture is chef's kiss, delicious. We love. Okay, and like I was saying earlier, like I put all the little thingies back in the pans. So, and okay, so we'll set this in the fridge for now, just because it kind of needs to sit while we're baking and everything. Time to check on the eggs again. Okay. Oh, my stand mixer has this like handle over it. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can. Let me move you closer. There we go. It has this like handle thing right here, which I think is like amazing because it does this. So it drops the like thing down. But anyway, we're gonna check the eggs again. And this time I feel like we're definitely getting that consistency that I wanted of like the being able to write in it. like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just like show. Okay, so this is like what I mean. Sorry, let me shift my, okay. So this is like what I mean when I say that, like it'll start doing this. Like you should be able to write like a figure 8 or like stuff like that. And that's kind of how you know that it's getting to a good point. I think I'm gonna do 1 more minute just so that like I feel comfortable with it. So we are gonna do 1 more minute just so that I feel comfortable with it. So I'm gonna lift this thing back up again. It makes me laugh. It's so loud. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to preheat my oven. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Oh, but also pan liners in there. These are 6-inch pans. I'm doing 3 layers. 2 of them are going towards like the actual cake, and then 1 of them is just gonna be like for here for my family, because they haven't gotten to try this cake yet. So yeah. Anyway, you can usually make like 2 9-inch pans, but they wanted this cake to be smaller, so I was gonna go ahead and just do the same recipe that I did for this 9-inch, and then just use 3 6-inch pans instead. So anyway, I'm gonna preheat my oven now, but this should probably be good. It's looking real fluffy, and it's definitely doubled in size from when we started. So yeah, I think we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead, yeah, because it reads up there, 1 minute and 23 seconds. We're done. Okay, so I'm gonna preheat the oven. Hi guys, so there is a little bit of a jump between the last video and like this section. So basically what ended up happening is my family came home and I try not to record them just for privacy reasons and stuff like that. So you guys can watch me go ahead and start icing the base layer of my cake and decorating while I talk about the rest of the process of baking the cake. So what I usually do is I will weigh out how much batter I have total and then divide it by the amount of pans that I'm using. Since I was using 3 pans, I went ahead and took the weight, divided it by 3, and then I'll place my pans on a scale and fill them up with however much batter needs to go into them based on my little like formula that I just said that I do. And so after doing that, you just toss them in the oven and you'll go ahead and bake. For me, I think they took about 25 minutes to bake. You want to make sure that you're checking them, that they're not overburnt, and they become a good like brown color, and make sure that you're checking with a fork or a toothpick or anything so that the inside is cooked all the way through. Once you take them out, I will take them out of the pans, wait for the pans to cool down, and then I'll put saran wrap into the pans and put the cake layer back in the pan with the saran wrap, and then take the tres leches milk mixture that we made from before and just evenly divide it across the 3 layers. Then I'll cover those with more saran wrap and put them in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. You can do longer. I usually do them overnight just so that they really have time to let the mixture set in. So once you have all of that done, you should be able to take them out, unwrap them from the saran wrap, and they'll be good to go, good and ready to decorate. I really like this cake. I feel like it tastes like vanilla ice cream almost, and it's really good. So anyways, back to what's going on here. I'm going ahead and I'm smoothing out the edges of the cake and the top. I did go ahead and decide to bring this cake to work with me, and now I'm starting the piping on the bottom border. I did go ahead and decide to bring this cake to work with me, just because it was a little bit easier. I still haven't created a whipped icing that I like, that I feel like is good and stable, and even this one I don't necessarily love
for decorating, but it does the job, and so that's what we're doing, and this is what we've got until I am able to create one myself from home. So anyways, I'm finishing up the border down here, and now we're starting. I moved on to this other piping tip. This one is new. I've never used this one before, so I had to do some practice piping just to make sure that I was getting everything good with the pressure, which is like something I kind of struggle with sometimes just with new piping tips because you don't know what shape you're wanting to get out of it. But once I got that kind of to a pressure that I like, I started piping the top as well. Usually I do use this piping tip for more of like the square detailing on the top. It has like a, like a textured bottom to it that helps it stick to other icing without like sliding over it, is like my best way of being able to describe that. So I'll use it on stuff like a Minecraft cake or anything that requires kind of a more flat, smooth finish to it. But so here I'm using it upside down so that we're getting that textured look on the top border, and you'll see what I mean whenever I show the video at the end. This part is probably my favorite. I do like to take my time with things just because, this is one of my first cake orders, like from home, like completely from home. So I wanted to make sure that everything turned out beautiful for my first paying customer. And they are family friends, so I like to make sure that they are getting good quality product all across the board. So yeah, we take our sweet little time getting it to perfection, and then up next I have the video of the actual cake, and I will insert a picture of it fully decorated. Alright, here's the finished cake. I just added a little 17 on the top since it was her 17th birthday. The bows on the side I cut and tied myself, and then I just packaged it in a box from work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see y'all in my next video.